What's going on, y'all? St. Piper here, aka Black Native. I'm feeling real good today. How y'all doing? Good? All things working for your good? That's good, man. I love to hear that. Welcome to another episode of Universe 101, where we break down the universe in layman's terms, all right? Piece by piece, level by level. In this episode, we're going to be talking about universal law and what they are. Also, we're going to be talking about the first universal law in this series, mentalism. All right. First of all, what's a universal law? A universal law is a law that governs, right? They actually help govern the universe. They are part of the very structure of the universe, right? They are in the very fabric of the universe. They are just like the creator that created them. They are eternal, all right? They have a design and they have a purpose, and they are, let's say, omnipresent, right? They are everywhere on every level. We're talking about spiritual realm, physical realm, mental realm for some of them. Some of them only exist on two realms, but we're going to get down to that. How many universal laws are there? Well, I say it's less than 10. I say about 9, but it's honestly debatable, all right? Or you could say it's infinitely many. It could be infinitely many because it's all perspective, right? It's relative and according to how particular you want to be. If you want to be very particular, then you're going to be splitting fine hairs because there's a million different situations and 1,000 different types of relationships that these laws have to govern on different dimensions and on different realms. But I like to keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it to about 9, and I'm gonna be letting y'all know which each one means. This first law we have is law number 1, mentalism. Now this law is immutable. There's mutable laws and immutable laws. Immutable laws means they are eternal, they are absolute, they never change, and they exist on each realm, mental, physical, as well as spiritual. All right. This universal law governs and is beyond religion, is beyond beliefs, is beyond all of those things, right? So this first law is mentalism. This law states that all is in mind. The all, everything that is existing, everything that can exist, will exist, has existed, has manifested, is in the mind, right? The universe is mental. That's what this law is saying. It's saying the universe is mental. It's saying that everything we think is part of the universe, and the universe is in here. It is here. It's a direct connection. It's almost like a reflection to what's actually out there, right? If you look at Jimmy Neutron, remember when he used to go into his mind and say, think, think, think? You used to see that network of things, right? All these wires, neurons, or whatever those, whatever it was, right? It looks like a network. It looks like stars. It looks like outer space, right? That just helps me put a visual to this law, the law of mentalism. All is in mind. It's all in mind. All things we see and experience in our physical world has its origin in the mental realm. So there's nothing that we see or experience in this physical realm that did not start in the mental realm first. You had to think about it. It had to be possible. You have to think about it before you do it, and it had to be in the mental realm for it to be created, right? So everything that we see, experience, started off in the mental realm. This is the law of mentalism, all right? There is one single universal consciousness as well, right? It's one brain, or some people like to say the ether, right? Remember when that one time when you thought that one thing and that other person was thinking that same exact thing as you, and y'all didn't know how? That source of telepathy, that kind of points out and speaks to this universal law. Because if I'm able to think something and you are able to know what I'm thinking without me using my mouth and bringing it into the physical realm, then there must be a connection. We must share a brain. We must at least have a connection to each other's brain. I like to think about that. I like to think about that. Or you think about doing something or creating something, and then all of a sudden you might put it off and someone else creates it and takes advantage of that idea and brings it into fruition. That's what I like to call the ether. That's when I would usually say that. But now, after seeing this law, the law of mentalism, it points out that it's not in the ether, it's in out my mind, which is every mind. We have one brain, but it says universal consciousness. So it's not just you and me. It's not just humans. We have one consciousness. Archangels, ascended masters, the one true creator himself. As energetic beings, we share this mind. We share this brain. We are all in this network. All right? So that's something to think about. And it's kind of amazing when you think about it. All energy and matter comes from one source, right? That's also a part of the law of mentalism. It all comes from one source. The all-seeing, omnipotent, omnipresent source. It all comes from one source. So you thinking this thought, you thinking that thought, all the energy, all the matter comes from the same source. And it's not until we know this, recognize it, and accept it that we'll be able to become our better selves. Some people only pay attention to the bad. Some people only give recognition to the positive. Some people only the negative. Each person is incomplete in their thoughts because if they only appreciate one side, right? You have to accept that it's all from the same source. Once you understand that, then you'll be able to love yourself because you'll be able to love source. And you are source. You are the one true creator. All right? You see what I'm saying? Your reality is a manifestation of your mind. So as a man thinketh, so he is. Right? We all know this. This is beyond religion. Again, this law is before religion. Religion helps us to understand, to grasp this law. All right? It helps us to have a firm standing on these laws. Religion, belief systems, they all, ideologies, they all are just helping us put these laws into perspective. Kind of like training wheels on a bike. We could ride the bike. It's time for us to start riding the bike. Take the training wheels off and get to the meat of it, right? What is it really? All right, so I'm gonna go over real quick. Everything is in the mind. The all is in mind. All right, the great I am, everything is in mind. Matter, energy, everything. We have one universal brain. We have one universal brain. All right, we have a network of all our brains which make one brain. We have one universal consciousness. All right, we are all alive and aware together. You know what I'm saying? We are all alive and aware together. All things we see and experience in this physical realm started off in the mental realm. All right, that's not just, things that we created. The creator goes through this process too because we are the creator. We looking at ourselves do it. All right, simple, y'all. And I like when it's simple like this instead of having it too complex. All energy and matters comes from one source. Source energy, one source. It all comes from one source. It all comes from that one brain. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing, your reality is a manifestation of your mind. Okay, that's it, y'all. But look, it's not enough for you to just know what these laws are about. Use this knowledge to help you be better. Apply this knowledge. Apply this knowledge, y'all. Apply this information so you can become powerful and ascend. All right? This law is immutable, so you can't get around it, so you might as well master it. You might as well do your best. Think positive thoughts. Understand that we have one mind. So if you get a good idea, take advantage of it. Because somebody else already thinking it. Somebody else already might be working on it. It might have went through their network position before you. You never know. We got one brain, so appreciate the good thoughts and the bad thoughts. It's better to be positive. I do know that, but still, Don't try to alienate the negative thoughts as if they didn't come from the same source. As if they don't uh, have a benefit to them as well, because all things working for our good. You know that, right? But yeah, man, that's what universal laws are, and that's universal law number one, mentalism. If you stayed this long, man, I'm proud of you, because I know that you're ready to learn and you're ready to live a better life. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, become a Black Native. Black Natives, thank y'all for staying through this video. Share this video with your friends. Leave a comment behind, because if you leave a comment below, you might make it more clear for somebody who didn't understand it all the way or didn't grasp it totally. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Saint Piper. I'm out.